Hello, Wizard here. We are going to start off with a episode of Model Works, first one of this series. What we're going to be doing is doing a bit of 3D printing. So we're going to go into Fusion 360, do a design. The audio didn't sound too great, to be perfectly honest, so that's why I had to redo the starting bit for the introduction. So I do apologise if you can't exactly hear what I'm saying in the process, but you can see what's going on at the moment. We have fixed this problem for the future. We're not using that microphone that we were using anymore. It is gone, destroyed, and yeah, never to be seen again. So let's get into it. We're going to do the Fusion 360 design our print. Then we're going to go into Cura, where we're going to slice it, go through the layers and all that, show you the bits and pieces of that, transfer over the 3D print. We'll speed that one up because no one wants to sit there for 40 minutes and just watch a nozzle going around and shooting plastic out. So we'll get the rapid version of that, and then we'll go through the cleaning process of the 3D print. So stick around. Hope you enjoy this content, and yeah, like and subscribe if you like it. Alright, so in that previous clip I said that we had issues with the sound, and while I was editing it, it was just awful. Couldn't hear a thing. So what I'm going to do, go through, do it again. It only takes 10 minutes to build one of these. Program is super easy to use, so I'll go straight into it. What we got here is a 3D modeling program. So you select a plane, you draw on that plane, extrude it out to the size of the model that you want, and from there you create your model. So we're going to create our sketch because we're using a hex base. We want to go into the polygon, circle that polygon, and we want 16.8, because in our previous one we made it as 168, which was entirely too big. So let's extrude this one out to a 2mm base. Then from there we need to select our top plane, create a new sketch, zoom in, and then we want to go into... so we're creating a column, that's right. So almost forgot I was doing that. We want our circle. We want a reasonably big circle because this is going to be the base where it curves up, then there'll be the straight column, and then it'll curve out to the top of it. So I have just winged that. Let's go with a finished sketch there, and from here we're going to extrude that sketch up, and shift rotate. So yeah, shift middle click rotates it. Let's go up to 25. Yeah, 25 looks good. So that will be our column. This is completely... No, wait a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is the base of it, which needs to be about 2mm. Then I need to add another sketch to the top part, and this is going to be our column. So bring it out to about there. We'll finish the sketch there. Select that plane, extrude set plane up to 25. Nah, looks a bit big now. So 25 looked good, so we'll go down to 23. Yep. And from there we're going to create a new sketch on top of this. Once again, at the same size as the base. So that there. And then we'll finish that sketch. Extrude that sketch. So what it's going to try and do is just extrude the outer bit. We don't want that. We want to get this inner bit as well. So we'll do that. Do another 2mm piece. And see, that's basically what we want, but this is very sharp, so we are going to fillet this one out to about there-ish, and then this one will have a very small fillet when I select the right surface, just to round that edge off a little bit. Yep. Okay. And then we just want to do the same thing to this bottom one. Just a tiny little edge to round it off. And that is our column. Super easy. So that's going to be our wall piecing game. So basically we'll place them down and characters can't get past them. That is the goal of our wall piece. And that should be it for this. So we're going to go into 3D print, And because we're using an external setup, so we're going to save the file so we have it there forever. And then we're going to change out of the print utility. We are going to be using Cura, but so you just select it and then you go OK. It'll ask you to save it. Let's go pillar 2. Seems I've already made one of these. And that's about it. From here we're going to go into Cura. I'll show you that one in a second. Alrighty, so here we are on Cura. This is our slicing program. We'll just go through the basic features of it. So this basically converts my 3D model into a file that we can 3D print. And from here, what I always do is go into the layer view. So, because then you can go through and have a look at it layer by layer. Now my layers are set to being quite fine. Not really necessary, but it's okay. That's about what I want. You don't want ultra fine for something like this. That's for like your little miniatures, little people with more detail. Don't need it. I like to keep my wall thickness and top thickness reasonably thick at 1.2 millimeters, just because it makes them a bit stronger. Because my infill is only set to 20%, as you can see here. You don't really need that much infill. You just need it to be able to support the structure itself, which is plenty in that one. Going down, we're using PLA as a plastic. So build plate temperature doesn't matter. 200 degrees. You can have it between 190 and 210, 220ish. That is the melting point of PLA. Flow is 95. That reduces the amount of excess plastic. I've dropped that down a bit because the printer likes to extrude a bit too much plastic, I guess. And going down from here, retraction, that doesn't really matter because of the shape of the print speed. This is a reasonably fast printer, so it's pretty fast. Combing, it basically tries to stay on top of your figure to avoid stringing in between. I'll get a demonstration of stringing at some point. Skirt just helps me get it off. That's this thing here. That just assists in removing it from the build plate. And supports don't really need it because of the shape and size of it, because we rounded that top part off. We don't need any supports. We'll just have to give it a good file, a good clean, and you will see that one. So from there we just go save file, and it'll normally go to a external device, so an SD card for this printer, or you can send it straight to the printer depending on how you have it set up. Unfortunately I don't have an SD card slot on my computer, so I have to go USB, change it to another device that does have an SD card slot, swap it over to there because I have lost my little USB SD card thing. So we would save this to the SD card, and then we would just plug it into the printer, and that is the next part. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you so wish, and we will see you next time.